Hey guys, JJ here, and today we have more Resident Evil 9 Requiem leaks making their rounds online, including the main villain, the return of Claire Redfield, the new virus, and much more. So with that being said, let's get right into it. It seems like there's new leaks every week for Resident Evil 9 Requiem as fans wait patiently for Capcom to release new information. Good news is, it's been confirmed that Requiem will make an appearance at the Game Awards hosted by Jeff Keighley this Thursday, December 11th. We'll be hosting the event live, so make sure to subscribe and enable notifications so you're notified when we go live. Alright, now let's get into the recent leaks and rumors. As always, nothing is confirmed until official word from Capcom, but if this information is true, it could mean potential spoilers, so you've been warned. These leaks come from 4chan, which isn't a good start, but I have heard some of these statements made before, so I guess we'll have to wait and see. Grace Ashcroft is reportedly the main protagonist in Requiem. We kinda already knew that. Alyssa Ashcroft is said to appear in the prologue, but after her death, she allegedly becomes the stalking creature shown in the demo. Her body is supposedly taken by Viktor Yurichenko, one of the main villains of the game. Viktor is described as having two assistants, a girl named Ellen and a henchman named Polak. Polak, translated in Russian, means executioner or hangman. Leon S. Kennedy is said to appear in the game in two distinct phases. In the first phase, Leon is investigating Viktor on behalf of the United States government, specifically tied to Operation Elpis, which seeks out hidden organizations connected to Umbrella and Raccoon City. Later in the story, Leon's role reportedly shifts to rescuing Grace Ashcroft, marking the second phase of his involvement. This part of the leak is worth noting, because it closely matches previous statements from Dusk Golem, particularly regarding Leon's campaign taking place largely in the past and his role in rescuing Grace. Now shifting over to returning characters and lore references. This leak also claims that Yoko from the Outbreak series and Claire Redfield have minor roles in the story. Meanwhile, Jill Valentine and Sherry Birkin are not playable, but are also mentioned as important survivors of the Raccoon City incident. I'm not gonna lie, hearing that Leon Kennedy and Claire Redfield are gonna meet up once again 30 years later in Raccoon City has me really excited. Now moving into the bosses and creatures. According to the post, the game features around 6 main bosses, 3 fought by Leon and 3 fought by Grace. Several classic creatures are said to return, including Lickers, G-Types, and Drain Demos. One thing we discussed in a recent livestream is how cool it would be to see the evolved Licker. In the Resident Evil 2 remake, we did not get that, but it would be cool if they added it in Requiem. These creatures reportedly appear in a more deteriorated state, with minor mutations compared to their previous incarnations. Alright, next up we have the virus and game structure. The leak claims the new virus is called Elanthropus, created by Viktor's research combining mold and the progenitor virus. The virus allegedly behaves differently depending on the host. Some infected individuals retain consciousness, others undergo extreme physical transformation. Campaign length is said to be around 18 hours, which seems kinda long, and the game reportedly includes an extra mode similar to Mercenaries. Additionally, the connections are said to play a surprise role, helping Leon locate Grace and to stop a large-scale infection in Rhodes Hill, the neighboring town of Raccoon City. Alright, so all of that comes from 4chan. There's a lot to take in there, but we have more leaks coming from GameStop itself. Alright, now let's talk about the GameStop leak, because this is where things get interesting. A GameStop PC listing for Requiem Deluxe Edition briefly appeared, listing content that strongly implied a second playable character, and it's not Leon Kennedy. According to the description before it was altered, the Deluxe Edition included the Sanctuary Expansion Pass featuring 2 new story scenarios and a major mercenary mode update. Next up, we had a Morphic Visor cosmetic filter described as being Rose's Visor. Then a Shadow Walker costume pack with 3 outfits for Rosemary Winters. Side note, I personally think it was just a mistake on their end. Rose Winters would be very young in this game. I couldn't see her being a second playable character, but in the original announcement trailer, we do hear the voice of a young girl.
Everyone's gone.
Maybe it could be a situation like Revelations 2, where Grace has to watch over Rose? I don't know. Then they have a digital art book and official soundtrack. That's right though, Rose Winters, not Leon. Shortly after this was discovered, all mentions of DLC, Rosemary, and specific expansion content were removed from the listing. An archive of the original listing does exist in case the description disappears entirely. Now the description reads 5 character costumes, 4 weapon skins, 2 visual filters, 2 weapon charms, the Raccoon City classic audio option, letters from 1998 bonus files. One costume explicitly mentioned is Grace Dimitrescu's outfit, along with the apocalypse-themed weapon skins and filters. Some of these leaks, particularly Leon's role in the campaign structure, line up with previously established rumors, while others introduce entirely new and very bold claims. Between 4chan posts and quietly altered GameStop listings, there's clearly something interesting happening behind the scenes, but until Capcom says something officially, none of this is confirmed. I really do like the thought of seeing Yoko return. I mean, her connection with Alyssa Ashcroft makes a lot of sense, and it would be nice to see them reunite somehow. Seeing Claire Redfield return to reunite with Leon Kennedy in the destroyed RPD would be very nostalgic for me. It is interesting to hear that the connections would actually work with Leon to save the neighboring town, but clearly they probably have underlying motives. Regardless of the validity of these rumors, I am very excited for Requiem, and I can't wait to see more at the Game Awards this Thursday, and I hope all of you will join us live so we can watch it together. But now I'm curious to know your thoughts. What do you think of the returning characters? What do you think about Rose potentially being in the game? Are you excited for the new virus and the return of lickers and other creatures from previous games? Let us know down below and let's have a discussion about it. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, and for all the latest Resident Evil 9 news, leaks, and rumors, make sure to subscribe. The Residents of Evil is a Patreon supported channel and also supported by our YouTube members. So if you'd like to become a member and unlock access to custom badges, emojis, and exclusive live streams, click that join button down below. You can join our survival horror community on Discord, link will be in the description, and I have the Duke here to tell you a little about our sponsor, G Fuel.
Do you have need of anything for the road ahead? The Residents of Evil has expanded its services. Perhaps you're in need of a little pick-me-up. I recommend the G Fuel. You can even get a fair discount if you use the code ROE upon purchase. And as always, we thank you for your patronage, stranger.
As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and we hope to see you back at the Residents of Evil.